Hey,
Look at this guy. Look at this guy all dressed up. Damn, dude. Damn, boy.
damn boy, that boy is thick.
Don't look down. When the data collection is happening, don't look down. Fall upwards. Fall forwards.
Oh, look at that. A whole picture.
When life gets too loud. Woo! Don't look down when life gets too loud. Oh, that is the data collection song right there, fellow waves. Namaste.
Lens.
As always, welcome in our boy Ben Meyer, somebody like you. What's going on, brother?
Oh, not much, man. I'm not gonna lie. I watched the episode today.
Okay.
And it was like once again data collection. It was like, if I'm going to jump on the stream tonight, my episode was released. Good, Linz and Lisa Jude. Good evening. I was like, I'll watch it, and I'll tell you what, man. I'm so grateful just to have that digitally in the universe.
Yes.
I really appreciate it looking back, because it's cool to watch myself tell my story, because like you hear it so much in your own head. So to watch that, and the one thing I just kept thinking, I was like, man, you're such a good conversationalist. So thank you for holding space, allowing me to speak. And I felt like all I did was talk, so I apologize for that. I was speaking a lot, but I appreciate you giving me the space to do it.
That's what you're there to do, brother. That's what you're there to do. It was your space. Now it's always there in the universe, just like our books, just like our offerings. The content, it's always going to be out there. It's beautiful. It's something you're going to be able to look back on and look in this chapter of data collection of your journey as this meat monkey spacesuit. It's great, man. So I've learned from the best how to hold space and be there for people a little bit and feel into that energy. So, hey, that's how it works, baby. Ryan Sasel, a guy from minor hockey. What's going on, brother? Welcome back, brother. But yeah, dude, that is pretty cool that you listened to it, and very fired up that you feel good about it, because I know a lot of emotions can come up doing something like that.
Yeah, it was cool. A lot of it obviously comes from like a technical side. I was watching, I was like, oh man, our cameras look good. I like our light combination, like that kind of stuff was coming through. But yeah, no, emotions did come up, especially with the chapter of life I'm in at the moment. It's just cool, man. It's cool to kind of have that space. And I think that's what's going to be so exciting about the podcast. LA, Linz, Lisa Jude, so good to have everybody in here. Yeah, it's just a space for people to reflect and authentically tell their stories, the fights on the ice, in their jobs, and life in general. Just it's such a cool platform. I'm so happy to just know someone like yourself who's using that platform for those type of things, because we share a very similar vision. And yeah, just to be a part of it and to be a guest on it was really, really cool. So I just appreciate you holding that space, and I don't know, give me a place to talk about my experience.
People, and we released it early to the community. So if you got to check it out, you got to check it out. Lisa says, started to watch it. We'll continue later. Namaste, Lisa and Linz. We are one. Some beautiful shares from you today. Good evening, LA. Good evening. Hello, Lorianne. Hello. And we got people out here in TikTok land ripping likes and questions. Brother, not even a hey, how are you? I guess you haven't been around the stream. That's all good. We give you that grace. Namaste, brother. Who's the better NHLer player you ever played with? We'll get to that. We'll get to that if you stick around. See how bad you wanted to answer the question. Vibing out on Kick with Ben and the rest of the community. So TikTok's kind of on the periphery, and we just kind of keep it here to try to reel you into the stream, all right? Reel you in. But let's see how many people we got out here in Kickland. Got our little group, a little community. What's up? Mama Meyer saw joined. There she is. Namaste, Mama Meyer. Hope you're doing well.
I forgot to press go live.
Oh, it's all good, baby.
I just did. There we go.
Did she, is that something that you're excited for her to listen to and see your experience?
Yeah, for sure. I think so. Me and my mom have a really good relationship. She probably knows probably 100% of it. And probably 95% of it, it's probably hard for her to listen to, right? No one wants to really hear their kid go through tough stuff, and everyone does, right? Like we were all kids once. We've all gone through our stuff. Shari, welcome in. Um, so yeah, no, yeah, no, I'm if she hasn't already watched it, I'm sure she's excited too. Yeah, no, I'd be willing to bet she probably did, is my guess. But
Mm.
it's Sunday. I think a lot of people are kind of doing their things on Sunday. A 2-hour dive is sometimes maybe hard to ask for a full commitment. I feel like during the week it's a little bit easier sometimes just to kind of put it on in the background while you do some things and have that entertainment. So
Is that something you think we should switch up the day we launch? Maybe like Monday morning or something?
so when I was running my podcast, I thought Tuesdays were the best days for me. Now, once again, that's all up to your audience, what the team thinks and stuff like that. I released on Tuesdays at 11.
Okay.
Um,
Maybe we revisit that.
yeah, I just think because once again, Sundays like well, this is probably a call for tomorrow or a chat for tomorrow morning. But yeah, I think take the data and then not being too whatever about it, just being like, hey, ask the community, right? Ask the people that listen. What do you guys think? When's a great time to listen to a podcast? When in your day do you find, whether you're driving or you're looking to dive into cool hockey content, mental health content, spiritual content? When fits yours? I would love to hear what the chat thinks.
I feel like it's one of those things too. You just throw it out there and people listen on their time. I don't know, but I totally agree. Tuesday, I think LA is our most dedicated listener, maybe besides Mama Meyer, but I know LA has listened to quite a few of them and really likes them. Mama Meyer did listen to your episodes, so she is locked in. Yvette Sutherland, family member, namaste down the line. Hope you're doing well, Yvette. Lisa Jude. Well, the good thing is we can fit it in anytime. I know that's what's great about podcasts. I'm so used to being an athlete, and your performance only matters your last. Like that's always the big running thing. It's like you're always on to the next thing, always on to the next thing. But in this creative space, it's so cool that the streams can always be repurposed and made into content. The book will be out there, the podcast's out there. It's kind of cool how that creative, footprint of you lives on in the digital space. Something I'm still getting used to. Lynn says it takes me an entire week to get through 30 minutes of a podcast, so I would just fit it in with small spurts of listening. LOL. Yeah, 100%. That's why podcast is just honestly, it's another medium that we're putting out there to just cast a wide net to bring in as many people as possible. Some people listen to them religiously, sometimes not, but they take a while to build.
They do, for sure. And I think that's the thing to remember along the lines too. There's so much going on in the pod, and especially this one. You get so much quality, whether it be about sports, whether it be about struggles, whether it be about mental health. There's something in there for everyone too. And the guests that you've had on so far, man, are just, I know I'm not speaking for myself, but I will, absolute rock stars, man. Just the vulnerability and the levels of, once again, it's removing this veil that like we all have careers. Brendan Zen, welcome in, my friend. Welcome in. We all have the stuff going on behind the curtains. I think that's what we're trying to kind of get across is like, hey, we all have stories that no one knows anyone about. And hopefully things like this, especially with like the perception of, for the majority of the guests so far, like these big bad hockey players, like life is happening and just being free to talk, vulnerable to talk about it, hopefully inspires other people to understand that talking about what they're going through is a superpower, not some, I don't know, some burden that they're putting on people.
Well, let me tell you, we've had some quite poppin' days in the community over the weekend. Multiple people sharing. This one guy, Adam, comes out of the top rope and just goes, I've been watching and listening and just being a fly on the wall for a couple of weeks. And I'm a little drunk right now, but fuck it. I'm jumping in and I want to share and I want to be here. I just see you guys, working on yourselves and I'm picking it up from afar. Christina says the same thing, just tuning into conversations that are happening. And Corey Cooper was so vulnerable yesterday, having a tough time, and really opened up, really shared. The community just stepped right in, Ben. It was 9:37. I had gone to bed, And the community stepped in. Dana, Erica, Shari, everybody, Christina holding space for Corey Cooper to kind of get them through that night. And had some conversations this morning and just talking about sitting with it. They were still feeling sad, but also grateful for everyone. But again, people are just learning, and they were having trouble with self-worth and imposter syndrome. And I'm like, hey, wait a second. You're a passionate English teacher, service to others. You are in this group sharing vulnerably, and we're having an open conversation in front of 100 plus people that are listening. And pretty sure that sounds like a lot of self-worth and service right there. So she did amazing.
Self-worth's tough. Is Corey in here? Do we know? If not, I'm gonna speak, loud and proud for her. Self-worth is so difficult because honestly, we think it's through the eyes of other people, and we're trying to live up, or the way we're opening up or being vulnerable to these like other people in our lives, but really it's just about us. And I call it like my own personal PR team or other people's PR team. Is like, if we look at it just as a story, let's break it down simple. Like, the emotions are going to filter in soon, but like, let's just remove it and be like, okay, if this is our PR team, we're bringing the team, we're like, hey, what we're looking to do here, team, is we're trying to spin this. We're trying to make this as positive and beautiful as possible, because right now there's some negative stuff going on in the back. How are we going to flip this? What would we say? What would we do? And the more we practice that, the more in live time we go, is this my PR team talking, or is this old conditioning talking? PR, is this my old negative PR team, or am I hiring a new team kind of thing? Because I know that's been one of my greatest gifts. And then who you surround yourself with, boundaries you set in your life, what you will and what you won't expect, especially in Corey's thing. Like, I think she said she was looking through, like, she's going through, like, she's searching for employment right now, if I remember correctly.
Just going through some like money stuff and health stuff. And I think it was psychological pain mostly, which we already know is always worse. But
yeah,
man, does sharing matter? Because I was the community's holding space. I was talking to Corey this morning, and then I start having my own mind storm of conditioning coming up today. And you, as you constantly break through new plateaus, and it's like, oh, new level of consciousness, new level of awareness. And then you get up to the ceiling of that next one, and the fear creeps in again. And then you have to repeat the cycle. So it's funny how life mimics. I was holding space for Corey, then I start feeling it today, almost like it's so quiet. I'm just being straight up honest. It's so getting quiet and peaceful in my head, but my body's like, where's the struggle? My mind in struggle was like, where I want to dig my teeth into struggle. Where is something to do? I want to do something. And I had to watch that. And it still is a little uncomfortable. And then I get home and my mom's kind of feeling a little tight, and she's in her head and she's going out for a kayak. And I'm like, whoa, you just feel it. But over time, people, it's so absurd that it's the same answer every time. It's so absurd. It's just sit with it, look at it, say yes, thank you, like that beautiful viral video from Dan Harris and Pete Holmes, which was just amazing. But yeah, dude, that you helped me, Corey Cooper, and everybody knows who watched in. Even Shari sharing so vulnerably. She always jumps in when somebody's sharing vulnerably. So Shari's feeling it today loudly too. Yep, there it is.
It's cool. Before we get into the intentions and check-ins and how the week went and stuff like that, I'm going to just bring up something I observed with you talking about that. What a beautiful way to close out your week, because your intention last week was exactly, I want to be able to sit, observe and sit in silence kind of thing. And today was one of your, I say, larger obstacles to come through. It presented you with that opportunity, and you chose. It doesn't mean it's comfortable, but you chose, right? Like, you're not getting graded like, hey, Gabe, say you got an 87%. You did a lot of really good things. Like, no, it was, you were aware of it. And you chose. And then repeat. That's awesome, brother. It's Ben like Leger, welcome in. Namaste, brother. Namaste.
Like a non-choice, right? It's just like the opposite of choosing. It's like, I choose to do nothing. I choose to sit with it. And I know that's just I've seen the pattern. I've done so much data collection. Just sit on your hands. Sit on your hands. Don't touch it. Don't even need to worry about it. It's there. It will come and go. I am the common denominator. I am the constant. My mom's a teacher and into math, right? So today when she was sitting with it, I'm like, Mom, You're the common denominator in every equation. Every equation that comes up, every problem, you're always the one witnessing it. You're always the one aware with it. And we have to continue to build that relationship with that witness. So thank you for sharing that, Benjamin. And I think that leads into our intentions and seeing how people felt with their intention setting this week. I know we had Shari set intention. I think we had LA, Lisa, I think
Erica.
Lynn's, Erica. Erica's at a baseball thing tonight, so she won't be in.
She's not going to join in from the baseball thing?
Yeah, from the doubleheader baseball up in the cottage area or something.
I have a question for you, and it just popped in my head. If you could sit, not if you could, I'm going to say, you're sitting here with your soul before you jump in and be like, all right, time for incarnation. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to come through the world, and I'm going to have another human experience. If you're sitting, observing that soul's decision, what do you think your soul's mission was to come down for this experience of life? I know that's a massively deep question, but it just came through to me, and I'm just curious. If you sit there and you talk to it, be like, what, and it had like its mission details right above it, what do you think your goal was to come and do?
I want to go play with that. I do, but I think I'm just going to sit on my hands. Perfect. I think getting into that of what that is just my ego perpetuating itself, being like, this is what we're here to do, and this is what we're here to learn. And I'm just like, no. So I don't know. The only thing that I've seen and studied overall is that to experience duality, separation, to experience what it's like to eat something delicious, to have a breakup, to fight a guy on the ice, just everything that's happened, I guess, is what it's came here to learn. And it's just leading me to the place of I'm done with suffering. So I guess that's maybe what it is. And I think that's what it is for everybody at the root, personally, is that you come here to be like, okay, that was awesome. I'm tired of that now. Or at least I want to step into a space where I can suffer with joy, if that makes sense.
Beautiful answer. Not that it was, I was looking for beautiful or whatever. I was just curious. You're so in touch and I'm saying deep, but present, that I was just curious.
What about you, brother?
I share a sentiment of that for sure. I feel very like it was mission driven, purpose driven. There's a level of ego that I'm aware of, that it's just the ego. So I think it's like kind of having a conversation with the ego. And it's like, I know that this is really just a story that I'm telling. It's not whatever, but in my heart of hearts and my soul of souls, I really do believe it was to come down here and connect and help. I'm not going to use the whole term like raise consciousness, help align people with themselves, ultimately aligning us all as one kind of thing. But like on such a micro level of like, like being like the undercover person going in and like acting human and being like, yeah, like they talk about like aliens coming in and pretending to be like doing those kind of things that come in and play human to help people with their human experiences and aligning to their whatever. It's helping people connect with themselves. I think that was kind of my mission to come down and do, all while essentially it being a mirror of me really learning how to do that with myself through service.
I love it. I think you've taught me, like, and I'm not saying I love your answer. I'm just saying I keep leaning so hard more and more because of your influence and other people's influence of just like my journey. Do you know what I mean? Like and again, I'm not discounting what you're saying. I was like, I feel like when I start thinking about serving other people, I get in trouble. Does that make sense? Like I don't know, maybe that's where I'm at. It's just like I was so about external validation and attention and look at me, pick me. And everything we do when we talk and do our course and stuff is just like, if we just focus on ourselves, that's when everybody else gets help. And it seems so paradoxical, but it's just so true.
Yeah, so I don't disagree with you. I say disagree. It doesn't really matter. Like you said, is I respect that so much, and I think what I'm learning is what true service to others looks like.
Mm.
So like I say that's my mission to come down here. And it's not some selfless thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's I get caught a lot. My biggest thing was like how much of it is once again a PR answer.
Yeah.
Like, hey, that sounds nice and noble, but are you full of shit?
Right.
Like, or are you doing it so you can be the good guy? Because your self-worth is just blanketed. And I think with that, I find that a lot with our services or with our courses and stuff like that. What I find is like is wild dance of helping others, but also receiving abundance and flowing because there is attachment to a lot of things. But I ask myself all the time, is this for you or is this for them? And this is so truthful, and I don't like admitting this. I catch myself way more often than not realizing it's for me.
100%.
And that's just being honest. And I go, man, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And now what there's no, I say there's a little bit of judgment just in recognizing, okay, sit back. Then what does service like? I think in my journal I wrote last night is like, what's my upcoming theme? I was like learning to like love and give service selflessly. Because I think that's a lesson I am learning. Like I can be the good guy, I can be helpful, I can be good at what I do, but there's got to be this understanding that it's not for me. Because ultimately, if it is like loving and selfless to others, others are me anyway. It's me just interacting with me.
That's the thing. What I ask you is like, do you think selfless service is truly possible without realizing that you are the other? Because I don't think so.
I think there's that level of that's kind of where it goes. It gets so deep because like these
Yes.
it's one of those because like this conversation I've had with myself so many times, it goes, while I realize that I am everyone, I'm not doing it with the selfish version of like, I know Gabe's is me, so I'm gonna help him because I know it's helping me. Like it's not that. It's like understanding we are all us, but like it's learning how not to try to hoard all of it in this physical body.
Mm.
And it's being like, so like, okay, I can understand like Ben Leger, Shari, Lisa, LA, everybody in here, right? Lynn's like, they're all me and I am them. But we're having very different experiences. So it's like, I don't feel selfish if I'm helping their experience. It gets so trippy.
It gets so trippy, but like I don't think true selfless service can happen unless you truly at some level think that the other person is you, because we are like the literal ego that we're speaking with right now and that we're all embodies, it's inherently narcissistic. Like it just is. Like it is, there's no other way to slice it. It just is. So if you're identifying with that and that means someone else is different than you, then it's always a tolerance, it's always it's a helping, but it's like I don't know, that's for everything I've seen is like do any kind of duality, it's like then you're tolerating them. That means there's conflict. And it's like truly starting to realize like, whoa, like that is me walking down the street unhoused. That is me struggling with cancer. That is me. And then what would I do? And then it gets trippy because then you're sitting there and you're like, well, if I'm everything, why don't I just do everything for me too? It is such a wild journey. And this is why we need each other as mirror reflections to do this work. It is so important. You do not heal in a silo. Ultimately, you have to walk your path, but that we are here to literally look in the mirror of each other's eyes into our own souls and be like, wow, course correct. Ooh, that was selfish. Was that so? It's a crazy journey, but it's so beautiful. And I'm so grateful to be on it with all of you.
I agree. And at the end of it, right? Because we say be present, be present, be present. There's this idea of like, okay, I am a human having a human experience. Be human, have the human experience. And that means something vastly different for everybody. And then it's from there, the presence of being human. When I say like, that's it. That's the moment, being human. Just understanding what comes along with being human. From there, I think it's just being an artist. And what's the type of experience I'm choosing to have? And it's relationships to ego, to emotions, to the body, to worthiness, all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, at the end of the day, if there were no restrictions, how would you live your life as a human? If there was no like, so that's it's trippy, and that was such a in-depth conversation to start.
This is what we talk about in our free time. We're talking.
I know. Sorry, everybody. That was definitely a private. That was me and Gabe's call on a Tuesday.
That's what's great about it. That's what I'd want to hear. Honestly, it's the inner stuff that we always talk about. So let's dive into everybody else. Let's get the community buzzing. Shari's feeling it loudly too. What's coming up specifically today, Shari? You're so open. You're so vulnerable. Love to dive in there with you. I know Lorianne has been tidying. Like she's been tidying the physical environment around her. Like she's meaningly giving meaning to that. It's tidying, uncluttering her mind. I love that share today. That's a great parallel. Like Brady said in our podcast, what's the meaning of life? You give it meaning, bro. Meaning life is for you to give it meaning. What's everybody giving meaning to today? Shari, what are you leaning into? LA, what are you leaning into? Ben Leger, namaste, brother. What are you leaning into? What's everybody doing today? And while we're waiting for answers, can Ben just show everybody our sick ass merch he's wearing for our course? Like, everybody check this out.
Hold on. There's the next arena, right?
Yeah.
And then on the side, we got the hearts.
Mm-hmm.
On this side, we got the locker room.
The locker room, baby.
And then on the back, I don't know if you'll be able to see it.
Living from the zone, people.
Can you see it?
Yes, sir. Great job, brother. You are living art right now. Oh, there we go. Probably scared the shit out of the cat.
What was that?
Whoa, look at this share from Instagram. DKS24 USA. Kurtis, we disagree on how to go about things, but I respect the hell out of your beliefs. Just be true to yourself. Namaste, brother. That's a beautiful share. Are you still here, DKS24 USA, dude? Thank you so much, man.
What a beautiful share.
Yeah, I'm just curious because this is the fun of playing out here. I'd love to know like how you disagree because it's just fun to talk about. He says, what am I doing today? I want to stay more calm rather than reacting with anger in some situations. Well, brother, we can agree with that one. Believe me. Staying calm behind the emotions of anger? Absolutely.
What a beautiful way to share. Like, hey, I disagree, but
yeah.
What I love, like, that's beautiful. Like, masterclass and how to like talk to them like, hey, not in alignment with that, but I respect so much of this, and this. We just see things a little bit differently, but love having this experience with you.
Yeah, brother. Right. That's a beautiful share, dude. I appreciate you. We got to get you over to Kick. You're the kind of soul that we want. We want people with different opinions, different lived experiences to sit around the fire and learn from.
Absolutely.
Ben saying looks amazing. Char's loving the merch. Lorianne just letting go of physical things. And Lorianne hit two months, and this is her journey, 2 months of no meat, and she's not feeling like going back, feeling great about it. Lynn's is feeling delicious. We had some chats today. Lynn's is feeling very, very good, and I'm excited that you're sharing that a little bit, Lynn's. Very excited about that for you. Yes. And Lorianne celebrating 2 months with delicious salad and blueberries. Look at that.
So if I remember correctly, Lynn's was working through some health anxiety stuff last week. And that was something we were working on, a little bit of language type things of like, this week I'm going to be like, I'm doing this, not I want to. And to hear 1 week later, if I'm getting the story correct in my mind, whoo, hell yeah. Yep. I'm so excited about that.
And I don't want to speak for her, but she's definitely feeling good about the health anxiety. She can dive in if she wants. We got Lisa Jude. It's funny. I'm struggling with anxiety, but my body is feeling good. What do you attribute that to, Ben? What's that all about?
I've had questions, but sometimes this is what comes up in some calls. Sometimes we don't know how to be comfortable in feeling good. That can feel like an unsafe environment. So when we do feel good in the body, our mind registers it as a threat. because peace isn't something we've trained with. Peace isn't something we are familiar with. So if the body feels good, for instance, if someone like myself who has experienced health anxiety, when the body feels good, it's like the shoe's going to drop. I don't feel comfortable here. I don't have anything to worry about, so I need to worry about not having something to worry about, kind of thing. That is something that can happen. But Lisa Jude, I'd have questions, but that's what I would sometimes attribute it to, depending on me and the person's chat. I wish I knew why I'm struggling these days. Nothing's stressing me.
I wish I knew why I'm struggling because nothing's stressing me. That's interesting, eh? That's very interesting how that can happen. As we said, it's a very interesting journey, people, and it's why we start club to talk about it. I'm feeling stepping into a new level of peace is scary. And how weird does that sound? The fear coming up of like, dude, what if it's just like you're just thinking I all the time in your head and resting in silence? Like that sounds, supposedly it's supposed to be all about bliss and peace, but it's kind of like not familiar. Like I know back there I survived and I still, was okay. But what's over that next hill, even though it's amazing in love and light, I don't know what that's going to be like. So I go through that in my own experience right now.
Yeah.
We got Lynn's here.
For the first time since March, I've been able to go to sleep without being convinced I'm going to die in my sleep. Oh my God, it's so awesome. I feel light and airy and alive. It's so incredible to feel what it feels like to live instead of feeling like I'm going to die imminently. I'm so happy.
That's gotta feel great.
So happy for you. That relief of possibility, of having our awareness just be a little bit more on that for a little bit longer, and it starts to get larger and bigger, and it starts to become more of our baseline. Lynn's, oh man, I'm getting chills up and down my body for you. For us, I guess. Oh man.
We got a lot of shares coming in now. So we're fired up for Lynn's. Lisa Jude, mom, is feeling good in the body, but not in the mind. Very interesting. Keep sharing more about that, Lisa Jude. Health anxiety in my throat, looking into clear my throat chakra. I love it. Like chakras are just give names to things that we can help understand as humans. But yeah, we get blockages in our love and light pipe. That's what all we're trying to do is unblock that thing.
I love that. Our love and light type.
All right. While decluttering, I found this speech my daughter wrote for a suicide awareness campaign 3 years ago. That's pretty cool that you were really proud of her for doing that. I know it's been really hard losing her best friend, and she kind of has raised money some years and other years it's too heavy. So that's that must have been an interesting thing to declutter through. That's what you find when you're going through old stuff. It can bring up a lot of emotions.
Yeah.
I think we missed Shari's up here. Today has been a struggle, but can see life is giving me space with my thoughts, working through the pain in my body. I believe we are all in a spiritual identity shifts, and my beliefs in astrology show lots of shifts to heal our own wounds and karma. And honestly, feeling that every day.
Well, I know from our last conversation, I believe it was last Sunday, there were some things we were working on then of the way people were kind of showing up, the way we were feeling about some of the things we did and the things we said. And we said from that moment forward, we can make the decision to show up differently in service of our, I don't want to say new self, align, whatever word feels best, but in service of that. And it sounds like right now, hearing you say, I believe we're all in a spiritual identity shifts, and my belief in astrology shows lots of shifts to heal our old wounds and karma. Yeah. In order to do that, we experience those old wounds. And it says, are we going to show up differently? Or are we going to show up in the same pattern on the same hamster wheel? And here's the kicker. Neither way is right. You're not wrong if you don't. It's just an experience as it is. And you're not right if you do. That experience is too. It's just the choice of, do we want to go through this again? It's okay if you do, if you need to, totally okay. Or are we willing to, not willing, are we ready to put in a little bit of a change, a little bit of the hard stuff, right? To create a new pattern. I'm so proud of you.
Shari Soulflow has been doing the work a long time. She's just continuing to data collect. Shari, I feel like you're on the, especially meditating 30 days in a row, like you are putting in the work to gain the awareness to create space. And that's why you're probably able to say up here, I feel like life's giving me space with my thoughts, working through the pain in the body. You got a little more space from your thoughts to be able to sit with the pain in your body. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, so beautiful.
I feel a lot of hope for healing is for us, and we are all on it in our own way. Learning uncomfortable is just an experience. Yeah.
Right. Lisa Jude up top a little bit. I feel like it comes from still holding in my grief. I think I need a big cry. How beautiful is it for that realization? And like that's the part of grief. Like, so this is still being a little bit caught up in the shell of it, which is okay, but look at that level of separation and observation. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
And that was a while ago. I just downloaded your stream, Lisa, of when you came on. And that was a while ago, and you touched on all those things. But you see how, like, through that time, you've kept meditating over 150 days now. It's like now you've created some more space after that talk. It takes time for these things to kind of wash away and wear away. But now you're able to be like, wow, this is kind of what I feel like's happening. Whereas in the past, it might be, my anxiety's bad and my body's bad. But you're like, no, my body feels pretty good. I've been walking, I've been doing my thing, but my mind is holding on to something. And you can feel that. You're getting more data to be able to self-reflect and be aware of what's happening in you. It's amazing.
So she says, I feel like screaming. Now, Lisa Jude, this is going to sound wild, right? If you would like something to consider, get up out of your chair right now, go find the closest pillow and put it over your mouth and scream. Your body, you have the intuitive, like, this is what you're saying. I feel like screaming. Do it. It's okay. Linz might look at you. She's going to celebrate the shit out of you. Right? Lisa Jude and Linz, right? I have to make sure, because I get LA and Lisa Jude. I'm like, which ones is Linz's mom? But Lisa Jude, find the closest pillow. And I mean it. Pillow is lifted to the face. Let's cheer her on. Let's cheer her on. Let's do it. Let's do this together, Linz.
My mom's in that place too. She sees people online like yelling and getting stuff out. And she's like, I just can't. I'm like, well, you got to practice it like anything. You got to practice letting that out. You let it rip at Zumba. You got to practice yelling. So hopefully Lisa's letting it rip into that pillow right now.
She did. She said, I did. I'll do play-by-play.
Oh boy.
Lisa Jude gets the pillow. She brings it up to her mouth, going down the right boards. Oh my God, she gets it. The puck on her stick. She screams in the pillow. She shoots. She scores.
It's a silk-covered pillow. It's a little soft on her face. It just feels great. And she pulls it off, and she's now crying. And she's like, yes, I did it.
She says, can you hear me, Gabriel?
Oh, yeah. I am in own sound. I can kind of pick it up over the airwaves out here. But I got to jump in here with Connor Sharzy, Rumi of Rockford, brother. I hope you're doing well. I saw that you said to Lisa, you are welcome in. Namaste. And I just got to let you know, I got a TikTok comment saying, bro, did you block me on Jerkmate? I can't find your profile anymore. I know that gets you going, Sharzy. I know you love that shit. Sweet spots shook a little. Yep. Out here in sweet spots. I mean, it probably shook a little because I was ripping my blender so damn loud. I had to walk around and make sure nobody was in here. But yeah, Lisa Jude, I'm proud of you. This is awesome.
And I just need to know how we feeling in the body. And is there any change? And if not, it's okay. But it's understanding that's a little bit of an option. So good to see you, Sharzy. So good to see you. Tip of the hat to you.
But Shari's saying she resonates with that. She is daily having thoughts of grief, and sometimes I can't do it. Other times I'm feeling into it to yell. Lorianne says those are the days I go sit in the shower and cry. Everybody has those. When you have a little step in your shower, like your bath, those are always nice to sit down and just chill in there. I honestly tell my friends I take to a hockey game and tell them with intention, yell your head off when we score. That's awesome. Feel a tad lighter. Hey, Shari had Ben, you're going to love this. Shari had a beautiful share. There's this young guy. He's only got a couple thousand followers. Looks like he's starting out sharing content about this, and he has a practice of letting go of stuff, and it was awesome. Like, I think he is kind of new. Like he's He's been doing it. I know you heard your little giggle there a little bit when but
No, my giggle is at Sharzy.
Oh, okay. I thought you were giggling at me. Okay, so
No.
he said, I sit down. He says he does it multiple times a day. Sits down. He asks 4 questions. Frick, Shari, help me out. Can I welcome this feeling? Can I feel this feeling? Do I want to? And when? And he says, be honest and don't answer it unhonestly. He's like, you could sit there for 20 minutes and say no to every question. That will help. You just said, do I want to welcome this feeling? No. Do I want to feel it? No. Can I? No. When do I want to do it? I don't. And he's just like, I keep asking myself over and over again. And after like the 15, 20 times, you're just like, well, I am sitting with it. I am welcoming it. I can. And it was really, really good. I think he called it the Sedona method or something, or protocol. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. Is that the same dude that does like breath work?
He's got like long, shaggy hair. He's kind of younger. He's like kind of new posting, I think. Yeah.
I've seen some of his stuff. Because I was gonna say, as you were talking about that, I'm like, it sounds like the juice of that all is you're actually sitting with it, you're observing it, you're being intentional with your time. And like that's just being mindful, right? Like one of the deeper I got into it, I don't actually like this practice, but I realized starting out, it was a great mindfulness practice. It's like looking around and being like, that makes me feel good. That makes me feel uncomfortable. And like inanimate objects. And like, it's just not actually like, does it make me feel good? Whatever. Like, it's just that level of presence. So doing that, it's just checking with how you feel about it. That's the whole thing. There's no wrong or right answer. Like, here's kind of a weird thing. Like, there's never a right or wrong answer.
That's what kind of makes it fun making our course, because we're really not there to tell anybody what is the right or wrong answer. We're saying, this is the framework. Please explore it. Bring it to the locker room. Let's talk about it, just like we're doing on this stream. That's going to be the backbone of it all. But we can't know what anybody's experience is going to be. We can know the general frameworks of what the human suffering and human condition is. And then we go, what is your experience? What we just want to mirror back to you and let people talk out loud, like you've done in your calls. Sometimes sit for an hour and people just talk themselves through and fix themselves. Literally just give themselves what they need by sitting there. Whoa. Lisa Jude, the 2-kilometer walk Linz and I do each day after house cleaning biz has helped me so much. I think that's why my body feels good. In the moment, my mind clears. Well, that's because, right? Fellow waves, there's a big reason there's these spiritual practices that we just could call data collection practices. Like, there's a reason people clean up their diet, they exercise more, they get to bed on time, they exercise their mind. There's a reason we do these things, because the body is this, can be a big blockage in the love and light pipe if you're not, in tune with it. And this is why on our course, the body module is a very important module right after the mind module, because you learn about the mind and then you have to get into the body and know, okay, I don't know what's going to be cleaned out or feeling better or exercise for you, but you got to feel into that for yourself. Because when you do the things that you listen to your body, it makes the mind easier to deal with.
And this is why it's so important, right? What works for you, because this is where me and Gabe's are a little bit different on our journeys.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you were to ask me what was the most important part, like the catalyst for me, it was the body. Right? Because then it became the helpful with the mind, but the body was so out of whack and was not nearly in alignment. It was the physical movement, the routine, the giving the anxiety and the other things an outlet to go. So then I could start with the mind. And then once I did that, it was realizing it was the mind the whole time kind of thing.
Yes.
But my journey was, I had to give that energy somewhere to go in my mind, because it was so pent up that not having a mind practice, it was going to be impossible to learn, to build a repetition if I didn't go on that journey first. And once I found that, all of a sudden, like, it just started evening out. And then that's my journey, right? Like, the body, like, Gabe's was on a professional athlete training regimen. Like, he had the stuff to go. It was then doing that kind of stuff. So, like, remembering, like, the 2-kilometer walks, the Lynn's talking to mom, things like realizing that that's data collection. And the next, you continue with that meditation practice, you continue, it starts to even itself out, and it's what's right for you.
Yeah, exactly. I was doing everything with the body supposedly and still not feeling good. So I had to go, why is this? And I went to the mind, where yours like, I'm freaking out with these panic attacks. I don't want to fucking be here. And you're like, let me get feeling better in this body. And then you're like, wait a second.
Yep.
There's way more to this than I thought.
And I'm such a mind heavy person. Like, I feel like the ability has always been there. I'm a deep thinker. I'm retrospective. I'm all of the stuff, metacognition out the ass. But when the body isn't in alignment with that, it's working triple time. And when it's working triple time, it is not being intentional. It's not being present. It's just overworking. And it just is just a busy mind, a busy body at that time. So then once we found this service of peace, it's the body is just looking to be taken care of. The mind's looking to be taken care of. And one of the things in the course is, who's the one taking care of it?
Oh,
who's the one listening, kind of thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it gets to.
That's what it gets really fun. But like, look, Lisa, you're saying we don't walk on the weekends and there's no working, and my anxiety spirals. When you work, you're doing a physical cleaning job and you're walking 2 kilometers, you're literally releasing pent up energy that when you don't do that, guess where it goes? Okay. On my journey with bipolar diagnosis labeling, there are people who like, and I met who are like bipolar, and they're like, I will just not do well if I don't exercise very moderate to heavy every day in some way, shape, or form. Some days are lighter, some days are harder. I remember that. I remember being in this town just over a year and a half ago and being like, if I don't work out, I'm going to be miserable. And I remember getting to the point of constantly doing that, but then doing the mind practices, and Ben saying it levels out. I had to work out at some point to feel good, even to be able to contemplate meditation. But as I did the work, I remember the first time, I think I had a little sore leg or sore something. And in the past, I would freak out. I can't work out. I can't pull my steam off. I can't get enough energy. And I just went, I don't need to do that. And I don't need to work out anymore. It does not change my mindset whatsoever. I swear. And it takes time, but I swear it starts to even out. You start to see that the mind, and why the spine of our practice or our course is the mind, is truly running everything. You start to separate yourself from the thoughts, see that you're not them and the emotions. You collect so much data that I'm like, I don't need to do that. Now I don't lift really weights. I just do body weight kind of stuff. In the past, I'd be like, oh my God, that's not good for my bones. And I got to do this and health anxiety, this and this. And now I'm like, I'm just going to play tiptee and have fun and do some body weight squats. And this is what my body's telling me. I've learned to read the signal. So I'm going to listen.
And that's the most important part of all of that, is like you said, I learned to listen to my body. If in 5 years you go, I think I could benefit from some weight training, you'll go, I'm listening to my body, and that's what it requires right now. Like, it's this forever evolving thing. That's where we can also get, well, once again, routine's great, but what's our attachment to the routine? Are we reliant on it for over time? If there's the relationship, it's to listen to the body and to see what it's telling us. But Lisa Jude, that's data collection. We don't walk on weekends, and there's no working. My anxiety spirals. And now this is where I feel like an ass on coaching calls. And I go, if I was to ask you, what would we do about that? Like, you have the answers. I know you have the answers. And so that.
Because walking is low impact, right? And you've been walking for a while now. And it's like, well, what could be something that your body's telling you with that information, Lisa Jude? What is the pointer there for you? And we can't know that. It only is for you. Your off day could look totally different than my off day. Your work day could look totally different than my work day. We don't know, right? Yeah. Look at Cherzy. If your Jerkmate page, the Gooner business would boom.
That's so funny. And if so, like the routines, right? Like I have right now, I have like a 400, I can't remember, I put it on like a 459-day movement streak. That is not me running 5 miles every day. Some of that's just taking a walk around the block and clocking it on my watch because I'm being like, I didn't want to do that. But I was like, no, I'm going to get up. I'm going to go take a 10-minute lap and come back. It's once again, just knowing that on these days that there can be more anxiety present, I just have to show up. And that can be 5 minutes, that can be 10 minutes, whatever it is. And she said, I keep myself busy around the house, rearranging, organizing, LOL.
That's what she shared before, and I remember this now. You just end up moving everything around, changing the feng shui in the house, just finding stuff to do. And sometimes, Lisa, you say, oh, I'm enjoying puttering, but after maybe a couple of weeks of seeing the difference between during the week, I feel this way. And then when I don't do that, I feel this way. And I end up doing all this puttering. And sometimes it's nice, but that gets old. It's like data collection. What are we picking up from this? And I'm so excited to see where you take it from there.
Yeah.
I got this guy, Jack Wiley, asking, that's fascinating about me saying I don't need to work out anymore. Do you enjoy your exercise now compared to back when you were lifting? Oh, yeah. I enjoy it so much more. I was convinced I was enjoying it before. So if you put me back in those days, I'd be like, fuck yeah, I love this shit. And I did. The highs were high. The lows were low. I got to experience the heaviness of working out so hard Monday to Saturday. All out, balls out, Saturday morning, wake up and run hills, and then only have a day and a half and then do it all over again. That's what I got off on. But now that I look back and have the retrospection and the awareness, now I even up till like 8 months ago, I started to not need to work out. But when I did, I'd have workout anxiety. Like, oh, I'm going to go suffer. Like, I have to go do this to feel good. Or sorry, I don't need to do this to feel good anymore. But when I do it, it sucks. I hurt. I don't like it, uncomfortable. My mind screams at me to stop riding the bike, stop doing this. But let me tell you, fellow waves, I might write a book on this. Like literally working out can be just it could just take, in my experience, there's a way to take yourself home because you just learn to sit with the pain. You learn to sit with being uncomfortable. And as I've told Ben, and I've shared in my stories, like those ISO holds, man, I'm holding like 3.5 minutes now on these lunges and squats. And I'm just, as the pain builds, you have to watch, you don't get addicted to it. It's like the 3 days grace. I'd rather feel pain than nothing at all. It's like, I'm starting to like pain in a way because it's like drawing me into the present moment so much. I have black fly bites on my face right now and mosquito bites, okay? Because I was in the woods again. And I literally remember lying there and snoring while being totally conscious. Then I was asleep, but not in this trip. Okay. It was fucking cool. And I remember these bugs flying on my head and I'm like, fuck it. They're going to bite me. I'm not breaking this right now. I'm literally, but wide awake. And I was like, fuck, and then I have these bites and it's like, whatever. I got mosquito bites on my hands and I'm just learning to be like, okay, they're itching. I don't need to itch them. Just let them be. And when you let them be and you acknowledge them and you accept them, the pain goes away. It's and same thing with my workouts. The pain is there, but I'm like, I don't go into it. I don't have to be like, it's like, it's just there and I'm okay with it. It's crazy.
And if you would tell anybody this, well, I say this, like say in high school or college, you'd be like, this is woo woo, dude. Like whatever. And then like, you start to realize that woo-woo stuff was just other ways of experiencing life. Like we were just so conditioned to think, once again, like you said, during your professional career, working out, that's what your body did require. Like that's like, it was talking you, I need this. Like to continue doing this is what it requires. And now you get to this place of like, the pain isn't the same type of pain because there's like almost purpose and intention and connection to it now, where it's mind, body, soul, spirit, the biopsychosocial model kind of thing. It's a much larger purpose than what it was before. And I think that's really, really cool.
Before it was, I have to do this to get that. Yeah. Now it's like, I allow this to get nothing. And it's like, what? It doesn't make any fucking sense, but it's so freeing. Like I stub my toe and my body goes, ow. But then inside I'm like, oh, sensation. Before it was like, fuck, ow in my head, fuck, I'm jumping around. And it's like, no, I see the physical reaction in my body, but my mind's like, don't label it. Is it pain? or is it just a more intense sensation? And this is Tantra. So for people who don't know, there's Advaita Vedanta, which is very much you kind of pull back from the world, and then there's the tantric side. We've all heard about tantric sex or blah blah blah. It's literally not really about that. It's just about going into feelings so much that you basically merge with them. So there's all different schools, but it's like I found merging the two is what's changing everything. It's the mix of tantra with non-dualism that you don't have to pull back and be like, oh, the world's not real. It's like, no, go into and experience it as yourself. It's so fucking cool, man. It's so cool.
I have that experience too. And that was my experience on Thursday last week. I'll share a little bit of it. Me and my partner former partner were in couples therapy trying to figure things out. And I'll leave out all of the details, but it didn't work out. And we're in therapy, and all of a sudden the question gets asked to the person, so is that the end of this kind of thing? And for a minute, I sat there, and this was on Zoom. I've never got to see myself during a breakup, during a situation like this. And you talk about like, there's this level of such uncomfortability, but then there's this step back of like, what an experience. I've never done this before. This is kind of cool. Like, what a cool experience to have for the first time. And like you talk about with the pain, you talk about all this stuff. It's just like you become the observer of it. And like, it's not that you like being an 8-year relationship ending on Zoom. What you like is this, or the pain of a 3.5 minute, hold or anything like that. You go, what an experience to have as a human being. I can appreciate. This is what I appreciate about this. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden I sat there and it changed everything. I go, oh, I'm the observer. I'm staring at myself on Zoom while my 8-year relationship is ending. And the only thought I'm having is, wow, this is a trip. This is wild.
People, you want to talk about vulnerability?
Like, that's
wild. You want to talk about vulnerability? This motherfucker, an 8-year relationship's ending, and believe me, you had the emotions coming up, but you had that thought in that moment, looking at yourself on the screen, being like, instead of being like, this is fucking crazy, this is wrong, which is still coming up, your mind focused on, whoa, what an experience. Dude, that is wild, people. Do you hear that? Shari's talking about grief. Lisa Jude's talking about grief. Listen to that. How inspiring is that? That's fucking crazy, dude. An 8-year relationship. I never dated more than 4. The emotions, and that's what popped in your head from all the work you're doing. Holy fuck, man.
I appreciate that. It was literally like so just once again, it's the mirror of life. It was consciousness experiencing itself. I got to literally watch myself in this situation. It'd be like sitting in front of a mirror and watching you go through it. And then as I feel it in my chest and in my throat and in my ears, because that's where I experience my emotions, I go and I'm like, I get to see what this looks like. I get to experience myself doing this. And it was trippy, man. It was so cool and so wild. And I think, honestly, it helped. Like, because I sat there and I go, it's been me the whole time. It's me the whole time. And so, yeah, I appreciate all those kind of things. But, like, it's your relationship of, we talk about that gap between being the observer and taking in what we're feeling and stuff like that. It was that moment of being the observer and still allowing it all to suck, but not, it doesn't suck in that way of like, fuck, this is terrible, I can't believe this happened to me. It's just like, oh wow, this is an experience of something being hard, and I get to watch. Well, that's hilarious, that's what she said, but I'm watching this happen. That's kind of cool. And same thing with your lunges.
I'm telling you, people, there's this guy, Rupert Spira. He holds these retreats, and people go who are in. You get this one lady. She's like, I've held on to this grief for 30 years, and I'm so sick of it. It just ruins my life and all this stuff. And this is a space where he's cultivated, where he can ask these questions, and he knows. He's very honest. He's like, I've done this before around people who aren't necessarily ready, and it can come off very wrong to those people. But he's like, this woman was looking for any kind of answer right now. She's like 3 decades into holding on to grief that she can't hold anymore. And she's holding a microphone, right? And she's talking to him, and he just goes, go to the experience of your hand on the microphone right now. She's like, what? He's like, just go to the experience, close your eyes and just go to the experience of the hand of the microphone. What's there? Can you describe it? And she's like, it's, I want to say metallic, but I don't know. Like, it just, he's like, exactly. It just is. When you close your, when even right now, anybody, you're sitting down, you got your feet on the floor, just go to that feeling of your feet on the floor. Like, can you find a boundary between you and the feet on the floor? I have my feet on the floor right now. I can't necessarily feel a boundary between me and the floor. There's just a sensation of pressure. If you really sit with it and really relax the labels, it's very trippy, very quick. Even the fact of just sitting here and going, when you close your eyes, can you find the boundary of your skin and the rest of the world? I can't. When I close my eyes, I just feel awareness of this, some different sensations. So he breaks this down for this woman, and he's like, you can be free of this feeling that you've been suffering for 30 years right now if you just feel it. If you just feel it, go to the feeling of this suffering for 3 decades in this grief. Go to the feeling, just like you did to go to the feeling of the hand on the mic. And he's like, what's different about it? If you really sit with it, there's no fucking difference. It's crazy, dude. But it produces reactions in our meat monkey spacesuit. It creates these things, but that's why we do the work slowly to relax the reactiveness of our body, the reactiveness of our mind, to allow you to actually get close to these feelings. And they're not what you think they are.
No.
It's crazy, dude.
They're not, man.
It's mind-blowing to me.
Cam, welcome in, my friend. Welcome in.
Brother. That's the first time he's been back because he's been having trouble with his seeing small text and stuff. So clearly he's back. He's feeling a bit better. He posted a beautiful voice note the other day. So happy to have Spiritual Dadsy back.
Hell yeah. But yeah, that's it's spot on. It's, once again, it's it comes back to being present for the experiences, the good and the bad. They all just are. And now obviously there's going to be different weights to different ones, and the meat monkey spacesuit and all of the things are going to want to label them. And I just saw something. It comes down to the power of labels.
It does.
So in my Qigong practice, I do this thing where it's just one of these kind of things. And I do that from, you can't see my hand, but it's just, this one. And it just essentially doing like that with both hands. And it will start burning my shoulder so bad at like 30 seconds. And I think of you every time. And I start smiling.
Yes.
And I just start, now 2 weeks goes by, and I am now conditioned to smile and enjoy it. It's a completely changed experience where I was like, at first, I just want this to end. I want this to end. And all of a sudden I go, give me more. Give me more. Like, everything.
People, listen into what we're saying. This is why there's birth doulas, where they come in and they teach you to have a pleasurable birth of childbirth because you don't resist the situation. There's death doulas, like Erica's interested in being, where they literally help you invite the feeling, invite the sensation, because it's all of us labeling it. In my document right now, that is, 6 minutes on voice playback, but my 3 pages in it, it says, let go of the labels, relax the need to label tree, sun, good, bad, pain, pleasure, and just be with the raw sensation of it. And what Ben's saying, it literally is, because what we say here, it's all love and light. I know we're getting abstracty here, but it's not. It's so real. You can experience this yourself. Any feeling, if you truly let it come in, you stay with it without calling it this, calling it that. And it takes practice. And that's why I talk about meditation so much. You're able to sit with whatever feeling. And at the bottom of every feeling, if it's all love and light, pain, at the bottom of pain, if you stay with pain, it's love and light. The bottom of pleasure, it's love and light. The bottom of grief, it's love. It's all the same. You're the one labeling it different. And I know that sounds fucking crazy, but I am living it. And Ben just said he's living it too. He's literally inviting that feeling because it's only what you make of it. fuck, it's so cool. This shit fires me up so much. Like, I just could, if somebody told me growing up, like, dude, like pain and pleasure are the same. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, just do these couple of practices and you can find out. I don't have to listen to me. I would have been like, fuck yeah, dude. How do I transmute that to that or that, you know? And now my pain and data collection has pushed me to this point.
Stories. It's PR teams. It's, it's we were labeled things and undesirable. That's when we talk about, like, whether it be, this is the hard part, like, so talking about to Lynn's, right? It's the health anxiety and the worrying isn't the problem. And I remember sitting in the depths of that and being like, oh, it sure is.
Yeah.
Oh, it sure, this is all a problem. And I go, no, it's my desire not to have it.
Yes.
It's this, like, it's this burning desire that I wish anything but this. And then once I said, like, all right, just be here. Like, you're welcome here. You're part of this experience. It's cool. Like, I'm not going to give you the keys to the house. I'm not going to let you drive the car, but like, yeah. And all of a sudden the experience, I go, what a wild, intense thing that the mind, like, I started to get so curious about it. I was like, how crazy that the mind can go there. Then you start leading with curiosity. What else how has this affected my life in other ways? And
Yes.
all of a sudden it started to feel important, like, not in a way of like it just wanted to be loved and cared for. And that's, once again, it's the narrative in which you give it, the label in which you provide it. And it goes, oh, okay, well, thanks for seeing me. Thanks. I was like, at the end of the day, health anxiety is just being scared.
Yeah.
It's like, well, if something's scared, I'm not going to scream. I'm going to be like, come here, get under the arm, little fella.
Yeah. You don't yell at false evidence appearing real. You go, let me look at you a little closer and see that you're not real. Right? You don't run away from it. You go, false evidence appearing real, fear, health anxiety, fear, false evidence. Let me look at it then. If that's what Games and Ben say, I don't believe it yet. Let me actually look at it. You'll see that it's not real. But it takes the work to slowly wash it away. Because like you said, Ben, we got to meet people with that. Like, I remember doing those assault bike workouts or waking up feeling sick to my stomach. Like, I'm a pro hockey player. I get to be in shape. I get to do these hard workouts. It's my dream. I'd still wake up, slam a shake. My stomach's just gurgling. I have to eat so many calories, and I got to do this hour and a half workout, and then I got to get on the bike at end, and we got to sprint for half miles. And it feels like your skin is peeling off. God, I wish I knew this then. Oh, God, I wish I knew all this stuff then.
Right? Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry. I was reading Shari.
Yeah, go for it.
I believe so much in the fascia system, which is still considered by many, this theory is woo-woo. This has been popping up a lot in my world, actually, recently. But I think you both have open fascia, so you can sense and feel all the information in the soul. They say fascia is where the soul and subconscious lives. You're both impressive watching you live it. It's all about just allowing an experience in life, and fascia system is open. It tightens with fear. And I think from the both of us, I'll speak for both of us, it was tight for a long time.
Fuck yeah.
That was, and it was constantly tight. Like, it was, whether it be fight, flight, fawn, or freeze, or whether it be whatever it is. I that's so nice of you to observe that and bring that into the awareness. I appreciate you, Shari. But yeah, I think there's just this level of intentionality and peace. I think when you can ask yourself, does this bring me peace or does it not? That's the first step. What to do from there is, that's the journey. That's the artist's job, to start unveiling what's on the canvas and things like that, because things that I did that helped bring me peace might be your worst nightmare.
Exactly. And it took me to the point of juice fasting 33 days, only eating fruit, for my fascia to loosen up, I guess, enough to allow things to come through. That's not everybody's fucking journey. Everybody has their own version of it. It's always been the extremes for me. That's my incarnation, whatever, it's been that, and that's what it's taken. But it's, God, did I fight it the whole way? And my ego still wants to fight it. It's still, even though it knows what's right for it, it's still, it's like, I want to go back to that. We got validation then. We got pleasure then. We got all that then. It's like, I've done enough work in data collection to go, no, thank you. I got my whole spreadsheet here. Not only do I see it, I feel the spreadsheet as me. I know that doesn't help me. I know I'm not at the point where that is okay for me. So we all have to find our own version of that. And nothing is wrong. Nothing is the wrong way. Gabriel, the meditation is the opening. They have measured our negative thoughts and will tighten the fascia quickly. It's like our armor protecting our soul from this world. So light and yoga walks opens it too and bringing clarity. People, I'm telling you, as I shared on my story today, I might share in the group in my story every day. The only thing that matters is you want to know yourself. You want to figure this whole thing out of this life and why we're here. And then that yearning that you have, it will take you all the way, because that intention will, as we've said in affirmations and manifestation, will bring you the opportunities to walk through it. That don't mean it's going to be easy. That means it's just going to bring you the lessons, the hard projects in school that you don't necessarily want to do, but you got to do. That's the same thing.
Mm-hmm. So true. It's once again goes back to attachments and relationships. What are you attached to? Because in my experience, right, you're going to be attached to something, but I think a lot of what it is like the awareness of it, because then you can build a relationship to the attachment. It's not getting now. Once again, I think we might be on a little bit different terms here. Is like getting rid of the attachments. So like mine is like build a relationship with, understand with. You're allowed to have attachments in my experience, but is it a healthy attachment? Is it meaning like it's not ruining and ruling your life? Is it whatever it may be? And I think there's a line I can say I understand of like that's not healthy anymore. Like that, like the attachments now cross the threshold in which it's being an impairment. And then it's creating and developing a healthier relationship with it. Understanding why is this? Because I think it's all the attachments are here to help teach us things, and along my journey at least. But yeah, that's my experience.
That's a confusing one, right? With Alan Watts and all these people on the journey of like this one guy, Nisargadatta, he became enlightened and he's still smoking like a chimney. And they're like, why do you smoke? He's like, don't look at this. I'm not doing shit. This is just the body doing what it does. I have no attachment. He got throat cancer. They're like, well, you got throat cancer because you smoked. He's like, I didn't do anything. This is just what I'm supposed to do. This is what's supposed to happen. So it gets really messy on the path because you see big fat gurus, or you see all these people doing different lives, and you're just like, how the fuck does that work? Why do I have to do this and he can do that? And that's where comparison is the thief of joy. We cannot compare our journey to anyone. We can only take notes, take it in, see if it resonates, keep what's great, remove the rest.
I was having a conversation, a beautiful night. So the night I had that therapy session, and I went to go help out some family that night. And we were having a beautiful conversation under the stars. It was me, my aunt, and my cousin. And we were talking, and something we know, like I just said out loud, I was like, you know what, sometimes, because it was like, it would have been a perfect night for a fire around the campfire and stuff like that. I go, it's moments like these I really miss having a dart. Like smoking a cigarette under the stars and a peaceful thing. It was just like one of those moments, right? And my cousin gets up and goes to his truck, and I'm like, what's happening? Because he used to smoke a lot, and he hasn't smoked for years. He's probably like over like 5,000 days, 9,000 days of not smoking. He had a calendar on his phone, and he brings out this like pack, and it's a cigarette, but it's bubbles. He can dip it in, and he gives me one, and I just start flicking it like, and it felt like I had one. But it was like the attachment wasn't to that. It just like brought me back to that moment. But I thought it was funny as like those attachments, and as Sharzy said, do as I say, not as I do. I was like, man, I could go for a dart right now. And I haven't had that. I haven't had a dart in like 4 years.
Alan Watts lived in that permanently. He's like, I don't care. I'm an alcoholic. This is what I do. Like I spit wisdom. I don't say I'm enlightened. I just bring you attention to things. But then when he knew he was going to die, and he just went off into the woods with a bunch of monks. So come on, you got to know something's going on there with that guy. But yeah, that is an interesting part of the journey. We're so conditioned to want external validation that we externalize people on pedestals and think we have to do what they do. And that's just like, that's part of your journey. Part of my data collection was to follow certain teachers and do what they do. And I kept being like, what is with this whole kill the Buddha if you meet the Buddha thing? What is that about? If I meet the Buddha, I just want to be around him all the time. I don't get it. But it's a big, deep teaching that even you meet the Most High, you meet Jesus, he wouldn't tell you to do as he did. He'd say, listen to yourself, listen to your heart, listen to what comes through for you, because you and I are one.
You know what's wild that you say that? I was getting done brushing my teeth the other night, and I looked in the mirror, and this idea of Jesus came into my head, and this idea of like I understand being a follower and everything like that and believing, but like Jesus was just having his experience. Like that was his experience. We're all just having our own. Because if I think about this too, and I think I think I saw it as a post. It was like, if Jesus was here now, he'd be the same. Like he was crucified, like he was killed for like the same thing would happen now. He'd be labeled a domestic terrorist kind of thing. And I was thinking, like, the way me and you are talking is very, I don't want to say like not comparing us to Jesus, but it's one of those things of like, we're having our experiences like he did, and we just put him on a pedestal, and he was just kind of like, I'm just a dude.
Literally.
Like, I'm just a dude, man. Like, I make things out of wood, and I turn some liquid into wine. Like, just I fuck with shit. Like, I'm cool. Like, and that's what somebody like. I remember I was doing a lot more like spiritual chatting on TikTok, and they were just kind of like, "You need to find Jesus, this and that, blah blah blah, yada yada yada." And I go, "Me and Jesus are cool. Like,
Yeah.
me and Jesus are like dope ass dude. Me and him have a great relationship."
Yes, 100%. And the problem is when we go, okay, well, Jesus was living his life and he ended up being the most famous guy of all time. It's like mine is being a person who repairs bike tires at a bike shop and nobody knows my name. Well, guess fucking what? What Jesus was saying, you can be as fucking happy doing that as doing anything. That was what really blew my mind on this path, people. It just took me for a spin. And I know it does for a lot of people because you're like, I have to become somebody. I have to get achievements. I have to get experiences. I have to acquire. I have to do my bucket list. I have to be rich. I have to. You don't have to do anything.
Don't get it confused, right? Because I remember
Like,
you, if you would have talked to me 10 years ago, the ego is definitely in the way. I was like, I want to be Tony Robbins. I want to be known for how great I am at what I do, right? I want everyone to see me, and I want to be that. 10 years later, I want to be, I'm going to say, the more of the Jesus of the thing, like kind of the underground, like, do you know this guy? And I want people like, I want to go by somebody like you. Like I don't want it attached to my name. We talked about, I think on one of our streams or something, like, what would you like want? I go, I want to hold a Guinness Book World Records for helping the most people without having my name attached to it. Like and be like this mystery, like this person helped the most amount of people, but we don't know who it fucking was. Like, I don't want that level of fame. I don't want that level of stuff. I want that level of impact with the level of peace behind it. Like, that's what I'm looking for.
So you're not looking for, when I just was at Metro before this call and I walk in and this mom looks at me, and you know, just how you meet eyes with someone, you, hi, how you doing? And her son's walking behind her, goes, I sold my soul to the devil. And his mom goes, oh, that doesn't sound good. And just keeps walking as she's trying to get her groceries. And I'm just like, wow, yeah, that's, you know, that's what Hitler kind of did, you know, doing what he did. And that was his path, and it was unfortunate, but that's what people do. You sell it to that separation, to that service of yourself, when you're just thinking the opposite. Like, let me just get out of the way. That's what it's all about, getting out of the way. Whoa. Jesus would definitely be labeled a degenerate today. There's no doubt about it. In every single society, he would always be labeled that. I once heard we can all write our own Bible of all our aha moments and wisdom and experience. We know it all inside. We just need reflection. Remember, we just need each other to point ourselves back to each other and just constantly remind each other. I got a Jesus Christ rookie card.
That's so funny to me.
I don't even know what to do with some of the stuff he says. I feel like you get his humor probably more than me.
I do. I do.
Sounds like the average downtown Metro experience. Yep, it sure is. Cam, I know what you mean, Ben. Love doing things for people and that may never notice, or if they do, it's well after I'm gone. Oh, yeah.
It's in my mind, right? This is just a story I tell myself. I agree, Cam. And it's one of those things, like, I went to Catholic school, so there's going to be this judgment day, right? I'm going to stand before God, and he's going to tell me all the things I did well and didn't do well. All of that stuff was just conditioned to me. So in this little fantasy land I have, I like to change the script a little bit. And I like to believe I get up there, I pull up a nice little stool, and we sit down. He puts his arm around me and go, look at all the people you helped. And it's just constantly running. It's just, and it goes from telling someone I like their hair, to holding the door for someone, to holding space and just listening, walking into a room and just being me, not having to do anything. Like, and it's just like this laundry list. And he goes, man, what a life, huh? Like that, like that's like the idea of like the whole judgment day is much. I had like the PR team in my head goes, God, the universe, whatever it is, puts the metaphoric arm around and goes, man, a lot of people helped. And I'll never know. I'll never know how many people I've helped. Because who we help, like talking to Cam, talking to Lisa Jude, talking to Sharzy, talking to Lynn, talking to LA, like everybody. Like, because then they go and help people.
Not in this lifetime, you won't know, but in your, I mean, the near-death experiences, people. I sent something to Lisa and Lynn's today about it, the health anxiety. Like, dude, the amount of people that I've watched so many near-death experiences in NDEs, the amount of people that say, like, I think it's 73% of the experiences are identical, and then there's 27 that's a variable. But the framework's all the same. But the amount of people that say, I was shown every single positive and negative experience in my life when I hurt someone or helped someone. And the hurts were always, the ones they highlighted, the hurts and the helps are so minuscule, like you said, of like commenting on someone's hair at the gym or the shopping at the grocery store. It's always like the smallest things that they're showing that it, yeah, of course the big things, but it's like the little things that add up the most. And you can watch these and you can tell these people are not bullshitting, and it's across so many years of studies. And it's always so powerful. Like at that moment, you just smile at an unhoused person instead of scowling at them. Like makes them feel seen. Like that's the shit that when you meet yourself after, like some people, they think they meet Jesus. Some people, they meet this entity. Some people, whatever. It's whatever is comfortable to you is what comes to you. And they go, yeah, like it just, you get to relive everything in an instant. And you get to relive how you made people. You don't even, you get to help them, but you get to experience what it felt like to be them and be helped by you and be hurt by you. That's what's so fucking cool about it. It's like a simultaneous infinite movie where you experience everybody's suffering and joy around you that you influenced.
I'm still on my waiting list for my first edition signed Bible. Oh wait, that's Bible. And what's crazy is I definitely have gone down the rabbit hole of NDEs and all of those type of things. And then a book people might really, 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 really enjoy if you haven't is a book called Journey of Souls by Dr. Michael Newton. He's a clinical hypnotherapist, and he talks about putting people into clinical regression, and they almost all tell the same stories of what it was like to choose their path to come here, what it was like during the death experience. And it's like thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people, and it's all the same story. And like now I just saw a science report. I saw something pop up, and they were talking about like they've measured the brain activity as people are dying. And it's this rush, but like it's the same place where memory is stored, and it flashes and has like such a rush of brain activity there. And that's what they talk about, this flash. And I've heard the same thing of people experiencing not just the highlight reel, but what it was like to be helped by you. And that's crazy, because I think, I don't know about you or anybody in here, sometimes I get tripped out on the idea of like, I wonder what it would be like to sit with me. Like, what would what would someone think, like judgment wise, but like, what does it feel like to sit on the couch with me? Is it safe? Is it help with self-reflection? Like, none of us will ever know what that feels like. So that's like one thing I kind of think of from time to time is like, how do I truly make people feel, help people feel, I should say. That's a fun experience to think.
Well, we're all one, so you just got to think about how you feel when somebody helps you. When somebody considers Ben Myers somebody like you, how does that feel? Because that's probably how it feels to other people.
But I'll never know. Like I say, not that I'll never know. I
Very
get
unique
an idea of what it's like.
Yeah.
But like, okay, if I sit next to you, I'm sitting next to me kind of thing, right? But it's just once again like the Zoom experience. Like, what's the experience like? Just to sit and feel safe or heard, or maybe feel unsafe, maybe feel not worthy, maybe feel judged. I don't know. I know I can get judgmental when I get overstimulated and defensive. So
It's just so wild to me that like it's so simple of just reading NDE stories can completely change your life because it's just repetition. It's like, how do you get better for a test? You study, you write it out, you program your brain, then it becomes normal. How do you remember music? You play it a bunch of times, then it just happens. You just play it. It's the same thing for this happiness and peace thing, people. You just input things so much that your brain just has no choice but to think about it. Whatever you put in is what you think about. So like I'm at the point where my brain is, I have to watch it just say so many positive things. And if I go run away with the positive things, like, oh, this is so much fun, then that's another form of attachment. So it's like my brain is very rarely now does negative thoughts come up. If anything, it's just like about like the food attachment where it still wants to like kind of rope me in that way or whatever. But I've literally verbatim firsthand experience my brain being an absolute nightmare. And now fucking happy place that I have to let go of too. And that's its own trip. But it's just programming. It's why my hockey journey. How did I get better wrist shots? I practiced shooting the puck with a wrist shot over and over and over again. And you just become it. It's the same thing with this. It's so simple.
NJ Devils, Marino.
Yeah, this is Becca Lynn. So I don't think you've been around here with much.
Was that who you was that who you shared a story of?
When?
On your for Pride Month? No.
Oh no, that was different. Close though, close. She's also a fan there. She's neurodivergent soul sister. She's Erica, Lauren, and Becca Lynn are our neurodivergent soul sisters that I know of. Currently horrible and extremely mad, but I'm here. So see, it's funny how shit hits the fan. Where do you come back to? The Love and Light stream, girl. Welcome in, girl. I know you've been going through it. You check in when you need to, but let us know, girl. You know how it works. Pour out your heart if you want to chat about it. We're here to hold space.
Absolutely. I'm equally as excited for you as well. I just thought there was this connection in my mind. Like I was like, oh my gosh, I just saw a story. But no, how awesome to be here and be authentic. Pissed off at my dad, shaking my head.
Let it out, girl. Let it out. Let it out.
I think that's the big thing is like currently horrible, extremely mad, but I'm here. Awesome. So happy to have you here exactly how you are. Like, I love that you are here and being vulnerable and being open and being you. And like, yeah, let that come in. Let that, like, feel that. Feel that. Recognize you can be loved for feeling that way. Because I don't know, I haven't just met you, but it seemed like a lot of people have really good things to say about you. They're excited you're here. And
man, when she's here, she engages. She doesn't sit in the background. She's talking. She's in. She's gone to college, I think, the first year. She's having an interesting experience with friends coming in and out of her life. You know, dealing with the neurodivergency of social cues and stuff. It's always been a thing. So Becca Lynn, you let it out, girl. You let it out in chat. Because I love tapping in. The neurodivergent girls are so vulnerable because they feel so strongly that it has to go somewhere.
It does. And I think what's
Sharzy.
I'm sorry, Becca. I got distracted by Sharzy and I just gotta bring it back. I know that's what he wanted to, and he got me good. But I think that neurodivergency and stuff like that is such a superpower. It's you sit here, you feel, and you understand. And what if that's the stage of life you're in, like your first couple years of college? It's such a transformative time that I wish at the time I had a place like this to understand, like, not that this is normal, because I don't want it to feel like not being seen, but to understand like it's okay to feel this way and it doesn't always have to. It's just recognizing that for neurodivergency in that time frame, so much change is happening, so much is like going on at all times. Relationships are going like with whether it be parents or whether it be yourself, whether it be friends or romantic, whatever it is. So much is changing that the neurodivergency is on fire, and it just does not know where to put the fire out first. So it feels like it adds gasoline to everything.
We just got to meet monkey space if it's more sensitive. That just is what it is. Shares, yeah, I would have. He's over 18. The both are adults and actually have consequences. He decided to dead ass choke my brother. He's okay, but had all of us extremely pissed off and angry and scared. Oh yeah, when things get physical, different level, man.
I can feel it like right here. It like gets like right between my heart and my throat, like, and then I can feel that. I can feel that.
It's. Yeah, we all have different experiences. I couldn't imagine parents putting hands on me, man. I know we all come up in different generations and different opinions, but I just could never have imagined my mom doing that to me or my dad or whatever. That's wild experience. So I'm thinking about you, Becca.
Yeah.
Thinking about you. But I've been with my brother, as brothers have been. I've definitely been on the giving end of some of these things. When I broke my wrist, I was literally grabbing my brother by the throat a week later because he came home and yeah, that's a whole, like, if we're not doing the work on ourselves and these channels of energy that are flowing through us don't know the proper ways to be expressed, shit goes down.
Because I think so much is also like not understanding. We look at anger as obviously feeling like a bad thing. We don't want to feel that way, and understandable. It can feel shitty. But we've never been taught at a young age, how to sit with it and process it. So it looks vastly different for everyone. Now, obviously, in a situation like that where physical violence is happening and all these things, thank God he's okay. Like, you're not trained to know how to respond and feel from a place of peace. It's either taught go punch somebody in the fucking nose or crawl up, cry, and not do anything about it. Like, those were the only two options. Like, we have to learn that being angry is okay, but also learning to do things about it in a healthier manner than letting our emotions run. Like, look at you coming in here and then talking about it, bringing aware. Like, I wish that would have been taught to me as a kid, like go to a community and be able to talk about it and feel seen and those kind of things. Like, like Becca, what a superstar, dude.
No, I would have loved, oh man. I was so stubborn and so hurt by my dad that I always did shit on my own. I wish I would have known these things, but that was my journey. That was my data collection.
And now you created a community, like, like your data collection created this, which is now helping someone in that exact situation. Like, happens for us, brother.
That's it. That's it. It just couldn't be any other way. It couldn't be any other way. Becca, tell us how this is sitting with you in your body. Obviously, you're pissed, but like, what are you doing for self-care? Obviously, you came to the community. What else you got on the docket for tonight? Anything you're going to think about doing? Any way you're sitting with this? Great processing, and it'll help other people learn on their journey or what they're going through. We got a guy on was it TikTok? He said, Kurtis, what are you doing for a job nowadays? It's like, brother, I'm doing this. This is what the data collection has led to, my man. It's so beautiful. It's like no forcing. Do you feel, Ben, like obviously in this journey, it's part of it. I remember early on when I was doing this, and it gets better all the time, but I still had to catch myself. Oh yeah, you've talked about this recently. Of just like my ego would flare up about writing my story to alchemize my suffering to help other people. It would, oh, we get to do this today. We got to do this today. It's like, excuse me, we're dancing in the sandbox every day, having fun, but the ego still, it's perpetual patterns of, I don't know, that doesn't sound safe. It's like, what the fuck do you mean that doesn't sound safe? I'm doing what I want to do, what we want to do. You're just scared that it's somehow the unknown and it's going to kill us. It's like, no, this is what we've learned through data collection. Just keep acting in the face of it. And that's starting to turn for me where I don't feel that as much anymore. I don't ever feel coming to the office like, oh, I have to do this today. It's like, if anything, it's like, oh, wow, I got this mundane task. I got to do taxes. Let's see how present I can be doing it.
I love that. I'll answer in a second. I want to give Becca a little bit of
Oh, yeah.
spotlight here.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely not processing it well at the moment. I'm not going to be rude and say I disagree with you, but I think you're doing a wonderful job from where I sit. But I'm not in your body to feel that at the moment. But I have therapy on Tuesday. Hell yeah. That is a huge win. So yay. Shout out to my neighbor who is like my best friend and saved me. I legit just ran downstairs sobbing and she just welcomed me into the house.
And that resonates with Cam because of his father was very, very violent.
Thank you for sharing and being supportive, Cam. Knowing that and being able to be a safe place to land is huge.
Watching some Food Network, just some chill time with mama, just to regulate the nervous system.
And this is where I think talk about sitting and how do you want to be intention to show up. I sometimes can come across as just a huge cheerleader. And I think one of my biggest purposes here is to, when people are in tough moments, to celebrate them, because right now you don't feel like you're showing up well and it's uncomfortable. But offering perspective of where I sit, and I sit with a lot of people who are in emotionally uncomfortable situations professionally. I'm a certified integrated mental health coach consultant. I've been doing this for like 8 years now. I want you to know, in my experience, you are handling this beautifully. You are incredibly present. And I'm so proud of you for allowing this to come through you, to show up into a community where you can allow this to go, and then having therapy to talk about it and have a place where you can kind of put it on the shelf and be like, I know this is going to be talked about. So I just wanted to celebrate you because I know a lot of times in these moments, our emotions go into overdrive and we don't think we're doing things correctly. We shouldn't be feeling this way, but you're allowed to feel this way. And I want you to know, while you are feeling it, you are handling it like an absolute rock star. And I just want to say I'm proud of you.
Beautiful share. Yeah, you are handling. Like, look, you're worried about a freaking gun in the house. Like, I couldn't even, like, in Canada, we don't, especially where I'm from, where nobody had guns in the house. So that'd be a whole other level of, you see all this shit in America and all the shit that's always happening. That would definitely be on my mind. Yeah. Where's the pom-poms, Ben? Where are the pom-poms? Oh, recovery rider Steph's in the house. Namaste. We are one.
Look at the memory on you. Look at the memory on you. He remembers Steph's name. Hell yeah. Absolutely. And I think that's a big part of it. It's, once again, when we were having maybe feelings when we were kids and we were having we'll call them big feelings, right? Big emotions. A lot of us were taught, like, don't have that. Don't say that. You're doing it wrong. Be calm. Do this. But we were never taught how to feel the emotions. And so I feel like, now it's one of those, like, hey, let's sit in here and have these big emotions. Like, I want to reassure you, let you know, like, you're handling it very well. And the feelings I know are uncomfortable and they fucking suck. And I wish all the things that happened didn't have to happen for you to have this lesson of being present, all of those things. But in your experience of the way you are responding, what you are doing is working.
And Colin Boglione, namaste, we are one brother, says in Instagram to Becca, no one deserves that, but you will be a lifeline for someone in the future like your neighbor was to you. Here for a bigger purpose is this instance. That's amazing to hear. That's what it's all about, dude. Beautiful share. I love when the platforms people start supporting each other. Becca says, honestly, if I didn't get out of the house, I was scared something was going to happen. Everyone seems calm for now, at least my mom, me, and my brother.
Awesome job getting out of there and feeling going where you can feel safe. All of those things.
And your neighbor probably went through something similar to be able to offer that space to you, and you are now capable of alchemizing this and working on yourself and holding love and light and being shared in the community. And you never know what you may hold space for someone down the road. Everything is happening for us, ladies and gentlemen, fellow waves. Everything.
I want to use this opportunity to possibly set some intentions for the week coming up.
No, absolutely.
So if you're in here, what I'd like to be doing on Sundays is kind of, as we start closing out the day, the evening, is to start setting some intentions for the week. It can be super simple. They can be super specific. They can be huge. They can be whatever. but I want to just kind of sit in the moment and reflect, like, what is the intentions we're looking to show up with for this week? What are we looking to tap into, whether it be emotionally, physically, spiritually, whatever it may be? Um, I can start just to kind of let you guys think. I wrote in my journal that this is my character arc of where I lock in, dial in, and this is where the next chapter opens for me. And I am going to be in service of devotion this week, of that version of myself I've met in meditations, I've met in my practice. I've deposited enough proof to understand who that is and what alignment looks like and feels like. And this week is about devotion to that as much as possible.
Oof. Damn, dude. Sounds like we have a course to build.
Becca, yes, my Instagram is somebodylikeyu.official.
You need more motivation. Well, this is why Ben's, besides I love him as a brother, this is exactly why I knew people would love him on the stream as well. Besides all his great qualities, he's fucking an open space, an open book, and he puts out a lot of great content, Becca. He's a great follow, constantly sharing vulnerably. He had a freaking podcast episode come out today with our podcast, sharing vulnerably. You found a good follow there. Yeah. Becca, may you type that in the chat? Sorry, my dyslexia is poop right now.
Are you okay? I'm not in Kick, so I think if I respond, it's only going to be in YouTube.
Yeah, I got it. Somebody like you .official, right?
Yep.
.official. There you go, Becca. For me, if everybody wants to share their intentions, shoot. But for me, it's PCL phone's gonna die. Y'all doing the Lord's work. Amen. Namaste, Colin. Thank you so much, brother. Have a great night. As Michael Singer says, people ask, should I surrender this? Should I do this? What should I do? What decision should I make? And he goes, the yogi doesn't want to hang out with the being that thinks it's making those decisions. He lets go of that too. So for me, translating that is like all the voices coming up in my head of the food, which is just my body trying to find safety when it's only going to anchor me in my old ways. I'm just resting back behind it. I'm just doubling down on what I did last week because it's gonna keep screaming louder and louder. The want to be relieved, but I know unequivocally that the feeling I seek at the end of acting on some impulse or desire is already here with me now. And I'm just doubling down on that. I am only going to let what happens. I'm not going to decide. And that's where I'm at on my journey. So just doubling down from last week, continue to do the same thing because it's only going to push me more because it's going to ask in terms, I'll put it, it's asking me, are you really ready to get forward? Are you really ready to step through another plateau, to break through another barrier of false evidence appearing real? And fuck yeah, I am. Fuck yeah, I am.
Hell yeah. We got Lisa Jude. Well, last week I wanted to take each day as it comes. I did. I wasn't dreading each day and wishing for the weekend. Hell yeah. I want to continue on that. Also let things out instead of keeping them in. So first off, let's not just go right past that you just did everything you were setting out intentions for. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. And also now we're going to, the next step is to let things out instead of keeping them in. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bird. Sorry, I read Sharzy bird packing. Birdman.
Did Birdman say something up there? I missed that. I didn't see Birdman say
I didn't see anything either.
Sharzy. Oh, there we go. Bird packy, do yourself a favor and don't count the days early on. It'll make it harder. It's hard not to count the days, to be honest. I feel like his message didn't come up in our chat or something because we didn't see anything from Bird Packy before. Did we miss a message here? What
no.
You guys saying not to count the days, to be honest? I want to know. But we'll go to Shari. Thank you for this invitation, Ben. I have a big doctor's appointment this week for my MRIs and my feet to see next steps. I want my intention to be knowing all will be well no matter what and manage with awareness my fears this week and lean on community.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Wishing you the best. Holding space for you.
Monkey spacesuit. Loves to throw a lot of curveballs, a lot of data collection opportunities. It sounds like you got one. And you shared a very vulnerable story, Shar, this week of getting in that Uber. Just hats off to you. That's what it's all about. That's literally what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Share more like that. You'll just be able to look at those situations when you'll feel bad for the other people judging you because you know what that means, that they're in a prison of their own thoughts. That's where real compassion comes in. Okay, so this is what Birdpack is saying. I'm doing better than I was the other day. Smoked weed 3 days. I know it's not a lot, but sorry. I'm doing better than I was the other day. Stop smoking weed 3 days. I know it's not a lot, but it's a start. I want to go watch some senior lacrosse. Toughest shit I've seen. LOL. 4 games in 2 days so the guys can play. Sounds like you're rechanneling that urge into your something that's exciting to you, something that's higher served to get around community, something that you're passionate about, interested in. You're going to talk to people, you're going to converse instead of just smoking weed, which you've deemed is not necessarily wrong, but you're deeming is a lesser of the two.
I think that's what Sharzy meant. Do yourself a favor and don't count the days early on. Because I was thinking the same thing, Sharzy. It's, hey, what if we just look at every day's day one? Like 3 days is great. First off, celebration.
Yes.
I know it feels like a low number, but every day is just day one.
Yes.
Like, so when you wake up, it's hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Every damn moment is just this now moment.
I've had this big exit. I think I've talked to, I think it maybe came through when I was talking to you. It's instead of time, like measuring things in time, it's just recognizing moments. Like instead of it being like when I'm going for a walk, it's not like the walk was 10 minutes. It was just the moment of a walk. Like the whole walk was the experience, the moment. This stream wasn't 2 hours. It was the moment of the stream, and it was what it was. It's the present moment kind of thing, instead of time and space and all those other figments of our imagination.
Yeah, there's no time, but yet you got a flight at 11:20. It's like you got to be able to. Can you be free from time and dance within time? That's like kind of the goal. It's being able to hold these paradoxes all the time.
Yeah, it's the experience of life, but understanding like there's also having that trust of yourself. Oh, if it's at 11:20, like it's then the moment is getting ready for the flight. Understanding that time is just where I'm going, but like getting ready, the flight is itself, like the whole thing. I think that's the present moment of being like, instead of counting down, okay, but then if you are, it's the present moment of counting down.
Sometimes when I have my timer going for my leg holes and my legs are burning, sometimes my consciousness doesn't look at the timer and I get lost in no time and just being present with the feeling. But then other times it wants to look at the timer and like watch every second tick by and be like, okay, the sensation seems stronger 10 seconds in, but it's still that's just a number flicking on a screen. Nothing has changed. So it's like sitting with that. It's like, oh, it's so fun. So like, that's what's so great about this path. I could just go on for days about this. I'm like a spiritual apologist, basically, right? Like it makes every moment of life interesting. There is just never a dull moment when you start to really integrate these concepts. Every single moment is so goddamn exciting or challenging. There's never boredom. There's never anything like that. And then when you see boredom, you're like, boredom. This is interesting. And you sit with that. It's just like, I'm gonna start calling myself that. I'm a consciousness apologist.
Alan Watts is a spiritual entertainer. You're a spiritual apologist.
Seriously, like that's like it's just Sharzy, when you watch the days, it feels like an eternity and helps with the relapse. Well, that's it. And I'm not shitting on anybody. I've done this with my own food or whatever it is, counting days, whatever my other addictions. It's like you're counting days, that thing still got you, right? Like in a way, right? It's still an attachment, but it's part of the journey where you have to count. If your path is to count them, and then one day you got to let go of the counting. It's not something you want to be holding on to. I'm 54 years sober in 3 days and 5 hours. And it's like, if that's your path, but like, I'm telling you, you do not want to hold on to that, fellow waves.
That's, it's so funny you say that. There's the art of letting go, right? And I have almost a 520-day meditation streak, almost a 400 and something 50-day movement streak. Like on my Finch app, I'm at like day 75 or something like that. Like I have all these, what if you go back to day one, me are impressive streaks, but it becomes an attachment.
Yep.
And then there's this art of like letting go. And that's one of those things where I'm like, but it's a simple human mind of like, I like to watch numbers get bigger. Like, that's just what I like to do too. But yeah, I don't know.
That
I'm with you on that. But like, there's an attachment for sure.
It's a paradox of the mind is our problem, yet we have to use the mind to get rid of the mind. So you have the Michael Singer's analogy is you have a thorn in your leg, you got to go get another thorn to dig that thorn out, and once they're both out, you got to throw them both away. That's this constantly paradox. Got to be able to hold two truths. The streaks are helping me make progress. I know I'm gonna have to let go of them. It's so fucking cool.
So there's that thing of just kind of like, if I'm able to show up, like I could be intentional, but like, I'm going to do the things, but I'm not going to record them, and I'll just let the number go, but I'll still do the things, kind of thing. Or if, whatever comes one day, and just like, I can't do that today. I think that's the pairing of it, is like letting it go consciously, that kind of stuff. But until then, Steph, intention to be more present. I love that. I love be more present, be in the moments.
How are you gonna anchor yourself in that, Steph? Do you have any maybe 3 tips or 3 pointers you're gonna focus that attention on? Because it can sometimes be like be presence true and the most fucking dialed intention you can really have, but it can be abstract, right? So is there any things you're using, tools to anchor yourself in that moment? Like, think about coming to mind of like, getting into your senses, being aware of your surroundings, anything like that. Is there anything that you do there? Because for me, that's just a constant. Yeah, being present for me is constantly putting my mind on who's watching, that eye feeling, who's aware of this meat monkey spacesuit, who thinks he's this dude doing all these things. It's just constantly resting and watching it. And it goes from my senses to my thoughts to everything. What is this all appearing in? What is this appearing in? That's where my mind is always at.
I don't want to dive into this question because it's such a deep question. But it's one of those, like we say, like, who is the observer? Who's the one watching, kind of thing, right? Steph said sitting back and taking a deep breath is what helps. And she's working on that. That gap. It's recognizing when we're not present is step 1. And then stepping back and taking a breath is the recognition is presence 1. 2, stepping back and now you're putting actionable items to it, which is incredible to help with that level of presence, searching around. How do I feel? What's going on around me, kind of thing. I love that. You're not working on it. You're doing it.
You're doing it.
My question was not the question, but it's okay. Who or what is that observer? And I've gotten to this. Any answer I have past awareness is just my creative mind trying to figure out, because I don't think we know what it is that's doing the watching behind the awareness. Like, is something physically watching, or is it just the act of awareness that is the thing? It's a fun little game because we always think like spirit guides or whatever is like there's something that has the VR headset on, which is, once again, that's the conversation I could talk about for hours, not 6 minutes. So, but it's fun. I also have been told to try using a Sour Patch.
That's a unique one.
So are you talking about for like panic attacks and anxiety?
Put something in your mouth that's super strong tasting kind of thing.
I've heard I've heard it works, right? But I have a problem with it, and I don't know if you want me to share with that, because if it works for people, I want. But what I don't like about that is if you don't have Sour Patch Kids, we don't know how to work. So there becomes an attachment to it. Because it's just like when people say putting cold water, like in the moment, that's great. But if we don't know how to bring ourselves back to presence and work through like connecting to our breath and our awareness and mindfulness, we're always going to be replacing one attachment with another. And I think that's where, when we learn about ourselves, that we can do this, and this is how we can do that, Without those things, I prefer that, but I also want people to find what works best for them.
Yeah.
That's that.
Temporary tool, right? That you got to understand that you can use that for now in the short term. Like it's like for me, it was like using medication for the bipolar. It's like you got to use it when it's acute, but not to, the goal wasn't to stay on it. But where is I going with that? Well, yeah, that's why I was so adverse to people being like, do you have like rituals before hockey games? I'm like, fuck no. What if I can't do it? Like, doesn't make sense to me. So people are like, are you superstitious? I'm like, no, I just do whatever I think feels good at that time. If I have all the time and all the preparation, then I would do this, and yes. But if we get to a game late and they don't have this and they don't have a place to stick handle, then that's fine. I'll just do what makes me feel good now. So that's a great share there, Ben, because some guys are really anal about certain rituals and stuff, right? And that could set you up for double-edged sword failure.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been getting to bed real early lately. I don't know why, but my bed is calling me, people. 9:30, I'm going to be fucking shutsy. My brother's home. He's in the basement. I'm up in the top of the house, and it's humid here in Canada, or warmer. And I'm just like all nestled in there with my skinny fruit meat monkey spacesuit. I love it. I can't wait to go to bed. What's everybody else doing the rest of the night? What do you got, brother? What are you going to do?
I'm going to journal. That's for sure. I'm going to fight the urge to play some video games. Because that's the thing is I'm trying to be better with this week of showing up intentionally and like, once again, journaling. But I also spend time playing with my cousin. So I get to have quality time. We have a lot of good chats. As long as I'm in bed by like 10:30, I'll be okay. But
it's so nice going to bed with the sun still up too. It's so unique. I like it. I don't know. I like it. It's so, I always forget how light it stays at night because it gets so damn dark in the winter.
Oh my God, it does.
Like 4:45. It's like 9:15. It's getting dark here. Do you get affected by seasonal depression?
I think I notice it for sure.
Hmm.
I think it's just, I used to get hit really, really hard, but something I've noticed, stuff says yes. It's the light, it's the darkness, it's the snow, it's all those kind of things. I've gotten better with it, but yeah, I can definitely say it happens.
Yeah, like it used to influence me a lot more, but now I notice I'm observing the influencing, but like, oh, okay, like it makes sense with way less sun. My meat monkey spacesuit's not going to function as optimally. It's just the way it is. We're supposed to live in tropical environments. You're supposed to be like, it just is what it is. So be mindful of that. You're choosing to live here. Don't whine and complain about it. You're living in Canada. This is you have your whole life. This is the way it is. If you don't like it, move. And I will eventually.
Yeah, you're winners, man. Although we got blasted with a terrible winter. So at this point, I'm like, I don't know why I'm sitting there. I'm like, Canada's so tough in the winter. I'm like, I think historically over a longer period of time, you guys have just gotten crushed. But like, man, we've been getting wrecked. Lynn's my mantra for the week.
Let's hear it. See if we can get it in before we're about to go. We're about to shut it down. So our stream works. I downloaded all the streams. Oh, that's buzzing. I can't wait for the Clipper starting tomorrow. I'm very excited about that. I think we got our team call tomorrow with the boys. Fuck, I love this fucking life. It's above. Oh, it's above. Maybe it didn't come in, Lens. We might be having some issues with messages coming in. We didn't see some of Bird Packies either. Write it quick again, Lens, because we're headed out. We're heading out. Another wicked stream. You never know where it's going to go. You never know what's going to happen, fellow waves. But Linz, put it in the group chat if you don't see it in time. But brother, thank you so much. I hope you have a great night. If you do play some vids with the cousin, I will see you on our team call tomorrow. And Ben will be back on Tuesday, fellow waves.
Absolutely. As always. Time out.
Namaste, everybody. Love you. Take it out to the toot.